Who's excited? Who is excited for gravitational field? Oh my goodness. Good morning everybody, welcome to Mortal Gaming. This is me again, Marvin, and we're now here for another video for Ragnarok Origin. And this time we're going to be talking about the High Wizard. We are all nearing level 70 and it is time for me to start this series of Transcendence job guides, starting with the High Wizard, my favorite. And first and foremost, thank you to Elwood or Exbo Fury of the KR server for lending me this character. I have tested this character since the CBT days, and I am so ecstatic and so excited with this coming build of the Wizard. For most of the people who are asking if I'm still going to be going for the Magic Crasher for the High Wizard, nope, we're not going to do that. We're only going to do Magic Crusher on Monster Research. But more on that later. Let's start with the stats. This is for the stats. Of course, it's already almost level 140, but same still goes for the High Wizard on level 70. You would still prioritize more dexterity and then even it out with intelligence. So it is still suggested for 2 dexterity is to 1 int. So if you have around 80 dexterity, then go for around 40 int. Same with everything, alright? So for the MC build or Magic Crasher build, that's the second build of this High Wizard. That would be only simply as 99 agility and the rest would be intelligence, because you need as much attack speed as you can, but it's still going to be, you know, only used on Monster Research at the moment, okay? So let's now go to the skills. For the skills, it's still the same. We need 2 presets. You can also do fine with 1 preset. The only thing that we will be using right now is gravitational field. So why is this a thing in the KR server, and why would you think that this is going to be a thing in the global server? First of all, there are little to none elements that would be resisting ghost element. And at the same time, this also has a fire property embedded with it, so it's still going to be as good as the Meteor Storm. But this one is also slowing down the enemies. At the same time, it stacks a lot. What do I mean by that? Yes, Meteor Storm also stacks, but this one stacks a lot and the damage is much frequent. It's 2 times every second. So as compared with the Meteor Storm, wherein you still have to, you know, wait for the meteor to come down, and it's a little bit of random in such a way. This one affects everything on that specific area, and it's like the Magnus Exorcismus. It stays there for a long time, particularly 10 seconds. So that would be meaning it will be dealing 20 times per cast. So the only thing and the only secret for you to be able to build a very good gravitational field build is to lower down the cast delay, because the global cast delay of the gravitational field is 5 seconds. That's a lot. I think the Meteor Storm is around 3 to 4 seconds. I'm not sure. So 4 seconds cast delay. So this is even longer. But once you have already decreased it, it would stack a lot. I mean, and when I say a lot, I mean it. A lot. And it will be dealing a lot of damage to the enemy. At the same time, this, as compared with other Verus Cores, we'll also be talking about that later, but I'm still just comparing the 2 skills. As compared with the Meteor Storm, the gravitational field has a Verus Core that increases its damage. So it's going to be very good for your build. So that is up to 20%, I think, up to 20% increase in ghost damage. And that is including gravitational field. All right. So that's going to be your first target. So first is Napalm Vulcan. Of course, in order for you to unlock gravitational field and then gravitational field. And then go for Amplify Magic Power, because this one is going to be affecting your skills or your damage by a lot. That's 30% magic attack. And that the next one would be Element Detection. I'm not sure if this is going to be the same translation that we're going to be having in the global server, but at least you know where to find the the skills. All right, so Element Detection, and the rest would be Soul Drain if you want, and Magic Crasher. So if you're going to be building on one preset only, so that is already 10, and then 10 on Amplify Magic Power, and then 10 on Element Detection. That's already 30 job skill points. You can put 5 on Magic Crasher and 5 on Soul Drain. But in my opinion, that's going to be very far from the current grinding the level that we have right now, because it would need you at least 35 to be able to have a faster monster research grinding. So I would still suggest for you to go for 2 presets, wherein you go for Magic Crasher, Soul Drain, Amplify, Magic Power, and Element Detection. That's it, okay? It's up to you where to put other skill points. By the time also that they have already released the Sage or the Professor job tree, then the Ganbantane will now be wanted in your PvP skill build, because this one takes away the Land Protector. So in order for you to counter it, you need Ganbantane. So let's now go to the crucial part of this video, which is the gears or the equipment. Voila! Okay, these gears and equipment are already, related to the level 130s of Tower of Constellation, but it's still going to be very far from us. I think it's I have heard somewhere that they're going to release it around level 90. A couple of levels earlier on our server, but since it's not yet there, so let's talk about the gears that we are going to be having on level 70. So on level 70, we still don't have the game-changing gears and sets that the level 80 gears have. So the only thing that we have right now is still almost the same as what we have in our level 50 gear sets, which is the Mage Coat and everything. Okay, so the Apprentice Wizard set. But good news, you will not need any other weapon other than Thorn Staff of Darkness, because this is one of the key points that you need in order for you to drop down the high global skill cooldown of the gravitational field, which is 5 seconds, right? So this one would be decreasing the skill delay of that skill or any other skill of the wizard by a lot. So it's always better for us to stick with the Thorn of Darkness. In terms of the Thorn of Darkness, it reduces the after cast delay on level 70 weapon by 10% already. When you refine it to 6, the global skill delay is lessened furthermore by 5%, and every refine would be minus 0.5%. Meaning that if you have already maxed out as of now of plus 15, if you're going to be aiming for plus 15 weapon, that would be reducing your skill delay by another 7.5%. But if you're, if you're just like me, who's already satisfied with plus 10, that would be another less 5% on global skill cooldown. That would be a total of 20% reduction on global skill cooldown. So that is for the weapon. For the cards, it would be Boa card. That's for the free-to-play players or the all-around. If you're that type of person who is just searching for a fixed card to be used all around, everywhere, anywhere, then Boa card is the way. The next one is would be the racial cards. If you are that type of person, just like me, who likes to change the cards in order for you to deal more damage, then racial cards is gonna be one of the cards that you would want. Element cards, and on the late game, the size cards. In terms of the size cards, we are talking about either Minoru's card or the Skull Worker card. Okay, for the monster research, this is not needed, but on the higher level monsters, you would need this from time to time, the Hunter Fly card. When you equip it on your weapon when you are doing monster research, then it would be really helpful for you to, use less potions. All right, next, let's go for the enchants. The enchants would still be priority number 1, magic special enchant. Then magical attack special enchant is, it's okay, but I would highly suggest for you to prioritize a lower level magic special enchant rather than a higher level magical attack, because you still need variable casting time reduction and fixed variable casting time reduction. Okay, so for the modification, I'm not sure if they're already including the gravitational field damage bonus on the modification, but if it's not, you could still go for the Meteor Storm additional damage. And for the refine priority, it's number 1, since this is going to be the main thing that we have right now to reduce your global skill cooldown. Then your refine priority on weapon is going to be number 1. Next, for the armor, we have the mage coat. Okay, still the same, but for level 70 only. Okay, for level 80, it's now going to be different. It's going to be sprint mail, where after the set combo of the sprint set, which adds additional HP of 7%, SP 7%, and this is the biggest one. Delay after skill or global skill cooldown minus 15%. That's a lot. And the second thing that you are going to like in this set is magical damage additional plus 10%. So that is for level 80 and above. Even if this one is already level 100, turning level 140, it's still using the sprint mail. Okay, it's just it's just linked to a TOC armor. Okay, so more on that on the future videos, but sprint mail is the way to go. We have already tested it versus versus other things like the robe. Which one? This one, the magic flow robe. Sprint mail is still the best. It's still all around, and you would still need this one. Okay, so sprint mail. Next, for the cards, the cheapest thing to invest on would be rocker. And if you have already a 3-star rocker or 2-star, you would only need 2-star for the dexterity. You can now invest for savage or peko peko card. But if you're for the long term, I would suggest Argyop. And when the glass time gets released, Bathory to be interchanged with Argyop, any of the two, as long as you have at least one of those two. Next is Pasana, and the last one is Dokebi. So I think you really don't need Sandman, because Dokebi is there and Fire is there for you to to counter all of the things that the Sandman card can counter. Okay, for the enchant, I would suggest for you to go for Sharp Battle, because Sharp Battle increases your damage. Aside from decreasing the damage that you get on PvE, that's PvE damage reduction, it also adds PvE damage increase. So that is really good. So Sharp Battle is still the best for the armor. For the modification, I would suggest for you to prioritize dexterity and the next incoming magic damage reduction. For the refine, I would suggest for you to up or refine the armor only for resonance. Okay, so next, let's go for the accessories. Okay, for the accessories, we still don't have the accessories right now for level 70. We're still going to be using level 65 accessories, and I'm still going for the expert ring. Again, global skill cooldown is the way to go in order for you to deal more damage as a high wizard at level 70. So expert ring is still the best. Okay, so expert ring, 2 of those would be giving you an additional reduction on your global skill cooldown at 14%. So for me, that's already so good, and I would not exchange it for any other accessories. Okay, so for the level 85, of course, we have level 85 accessories. Where is that? For level 85 accessories, you have to let go of the expert ring. You would be exchanging it now for Orleans gloves. Orleans gloves doesn't have global skill cooldown, but it's still okay because you already have the exchange, which is the sprint mail, which does the sprint set, which does reduce also your global skill cooldown by 15%. So that's already, you know, the same. And for the Orleans gloves, that I think this is the only gloves that is the best for level 85, because I've already looked at others. This one only adds SP, which is I don't think that you would need SP on this build. For the flat magical attack, I'm still going for the magical attack percentage here, which is 5%, because it also adds dexterity. So aside from that, so for the level 95, we're now going to be focusing on a set, 2 different accessories. The first one is Heavenly Bracelet, and the second one is the Pocket Watch. This too is going to be awesome when you reach level 95, because it is already all around. It decreases your variable casting time. It also increases your magical attack, and the set increases your damage, magic damage. For the Pocket Watch, it also decreases your global skill cooldown, but only a little bit, -2%, but it's still okay. This is still you know, better than nothing, and I'm still going to be going for this too, rather than keeping Orleans gloves. So you might ask me, why not just keep the expert ring instead of going for the Orleans gloves? If you already have that luxury of choosing between Orleans gloves and expert ring, I would still consider Orleans gloves, because the enchants is going to be higher. The level, or the max level of the enchants, is going to be higher. As of now, we have level 65 on you know, below level 70, so the highest would be level 10, and the special enchant highest level is still going to be level 2. So I would still go for Orleans gloves for that matter, so that I could increase the chances of me getting a higher special enchants on my accessories. Okay, so let's now go for the enchants. Of course, speaking of enchants, still the same as our weapon. Magic is still our priority. If you get magical attack, it's still okay, but your priority is reducing your variable cast time. And for the refine, since we don't have any modifications on our accessories, on our refine, it's going to be your second priority after your weapon. So that's it. Let's now go to the garment. We still have on level 70, we still have the same one, which is the hood. Okay, increases your int and dexterity. It's still the same. But for level 80, we have to follow this sprint set, which includes Rider Insignia in our sprint set for our sprint set combo. Okay, so for the level 80 and above, Rider Insignia is still going to be the way, as the same reasoning for the sprint mail. It's also the same. For the card, we have Frildora card, and when the Harpy Queen card gets released, that would be your priority, because it increases a lot. It increases your magical attack, and at the same time your reduction to neutral damage. So that is going to be the best for your garment. For the enchant, it's Benediction, which decreases the magic damage that you take. It's still okay. It's not a priority that much, but if you get a Benediction, you better stick to it, and a little bit of int to go with that. For the refines, it's just going to be for the resonance, same as the armor. Now, for the boots, we still have the same here. Okay, the mana boots for our apprentice wizard set for level 70. This is it. Okay, level 70. But for 80, it's the sprint shoes. It's this one, sprint shoes, together with our sprint mail and rider insignia. And for our cards, it would be Verit, because you need both HP and at the same time SP. Okay, take note, you need SP percentage in the future, so it's better for you to stick to Verit card so that you could increase also your SP percentage, so that you could get that additional magic damage percentage that the level 95 accessory gives. Okay, so for the enchant, Stone Skin, which reduces the physical damage that you take, or vitality if you don't have it. Modification is Ignore Magic Defense Still, or Dexterity or Int if you cannot get it. And for the Refine, it's also for Resonance 6. Okay, so let's now go to the Verus Core. For the Verus Core, we have a different, translation here, okay? So, of course, the Psychokinesis is going to be your #1 core because it increases your gravitational field damage, and that's why you have to have this. 20% or 22% is a lot, so don't lose this one. The second thing is the core overload. Okay, the higher level, the better, but the core overload is always still going to be better. The next one is the coprocessor activation. What is the coprocessor activation? That is when you kill, you get additional reduction on your variable casting time and fixed casting time. So that is this one. Variable casting time and fixed casting time are reduced by 15% if you kill enemies. Next is the Soul Absorption. The Soul Absorption is not that much needed, but I really find it powerful since every time that you kill, you increase your magical attack. So I would still be, suggesting that one. And the last one is the Energy Acceleration. Here it's called Energy Charge. Okay, every time that you have Energy Coat, you gain additional 0.5% HP and SP per second. So that is really amazing for those who are grinding and for those who are conserving Eden coins. Okay, so for the PvP cores, I'd still be suggesting Meteor Storm for that. If you can still go for Gravitational Field if you're already enjoying it. But here in KR server, they are still prioritizing Meteor Storm because when you have the R core, when the R core gets released, that's the higher core than our Demic Cogwheel or the core, Y core here. The level 10 of Meteor Chained Reaction already increases the falling speed of the Meteor Storm, but the reduction on the damage is only 4%. So this is going to be fatal for those who aren't, aware of the AoE. It's going to be stun locking them in the field, which is better. That's why, people are still going for the Meteor Storm in PvP, War of Imperium, or Guild League matches here in the KR server. So you could still go for that one because the only thing that the gravitational field has is slow. So it's still going to be, not that good in terms of crowd controlling. So there's still, Meteor Storm. And this one is already, as good as a level 1 Storm Gust, and at the same time will deal damage. Okay, so that is one. The second one is Meteor Prediction. Of course, the cooldown of Meteor Storm reduction on that. The third one is Meteor Boost Protocol, so that you could, land a lava or a flame that gets retained in the field after your Meteor Storm. That deals a lot of immense damage. So go for that one. And last but not the least, Deadly Swamp, because you need also Quagmire, because slow plus stun is still the best way to go in PvP. Alright, so I think that's it. That's it. A very long video, but just to show you guys in terms of the damage, look at the damage of the gravitational field. This is not even a tier S pet. This is the one thing that most wizards are going to be wanting if they don't have a tier 3 Dunel, which is melee increases so much the DPS of the wizard. Okay, let's try. Okay, that's one tick. That's 1, 2. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Holy crap. Look at that. Look at this. Oh, by the way, if you're asking me why is there a water ball or a heaven's drive The Heaven's Drive is coming from the mini boss card, Pitman boss card. The the water ball is coming from the headgear. So there is also a water ball activation card here. Also a mini boss card, so you can also go for that one. But look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at how low the cooldown and how fast the casting time because of the acorn healing and because we have here a level 115 accessory which decreases your skill cooldown, variable casting, and where is that? Wisdom ring, okay. Minus 30% fixed casting and minus 20% cast delay. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at the damage. It's already 180, 190 million in 1 minute. My goodness. So, who's excited? Who is excited for gravitational field? Oh my goodness. Anyway, that's it. Thank you everybody for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. If you haven't liked this video, please do leave a like. Share this to your friends and click that bell notification button so you get notified every time I upload a new video, start a new stream, or a new content. That's it. See you again on the next video. Bye-bye.